jog to the fence and back.
Okay.
All right. Through the warm up, let's go over here. Actually grab like a pole. So the first thing we'll do is we're just gonna go like toes, heels, toe, heels, do that 10 times. And I like to start like it from the feet and go up so I don't forget anything, right? So let's do that. And then you just kind of in place, let's do like high knees. Just try to get your knees up as high as you can. Really drive your knees up. Yeah, try to get see if you can do it and like bend your knee, right? You're kind of going like that. Kind of just drive the knee up. Yeah, there you go. Good, do that about 10 times. And I like doing the dynamic stuff where you're like moving. You know what I mean? I don't like to sit down and stretch like. There you go, that's good. And so now let's do kind of the opposite. Let's do like butt kicks, do like 10 on each side. That's up to you if you want to like hold the pole or whatever, you don't have to. Right, so we're kind of working our way up the leg, right? So the next I like to do the hurdle, you know, the hurdle ones where we kind of swing the leg. So do like 10 this way on each leg and try to go as high as you can on each side. Because in throwing, we really want to get the hips. The hips are the most important thing in throwing, right? So we really want to get those hips stretched out. Yeah, and then the other leg, like 10 on each side. There you go, good. So now turn sideways and do them like front and back. And then both legs, so do about 10 on each side. So up and then high in the back. Yep, high in the back. Yep. This is good because it kind of mimics the start of the throw. You want to be able to get that leg up high in the back without bending over at the waist. Good. And the other leg. Some throwers especially don't have the flexibility to throw the leg back, and that's why when they throw the leg back, the upper body goes forward in the spin. Okay, so now we've done from the feet up to the hips, right? So now let's go up here, and let's just do twists. So yeah, back away from that. So let's just twist as far as you can, because we want to get to where we want our midsection to be pretty flexible, right? Yeah, good. So we've kind of worked our way up to the hips and then to the core, right? And then we'll kind of go up to the chest and upper back. So you're gonna like hug yourself and then try to slap your hands on the back. So kind of back and forth like that. There you go, good. Even an old guy like me can do it. All right, and then next, let's just do kind of normal like circles. So go forward for about 10 of those. And then after you do 10 of those, go back and try to make the circles as big as you possibly can. Try to really, really reach, really reach. There you go, good. And now the part that a lot of people miss, right? We went from the feet all the way up to the shoulders. And you want to stretch your arms too. So you're going to take your arms and try to like make your thumbs go out, right? And then go the opposite and try to make, yeah. So it's kind of getting everything up in through here, kind of stretched out a little bit, right? So do that about 10 times each direction. Yeah. Good, and just go as like hard, and twist, like that. All right, that's good. And then you want to stretch your actual throwing hand a little bit, right? Stretch it forward, stretch it backwards. Right, get that hand warmed up. I would say 99% of throwers I watch do not like warm up their hands at all. But it's a good idea to
I didn't even know this was a thing.
kind of warm up and stretch your hands, yeah. And you don't want to overstretch them, because in shot put you want your muscles to be tight to throw far, but still it's a good idea to just kind of get a little bit of a stretch in there. You don't want your hand to be so flexible that it'll go like back here or something, you know.
Yeah.
And so all right, we've gone feet all the way to hands, and then now let's do your neck. So you want your neck to be nice and relaxed when you're throwing, because your head being relaxed allows the whole rest of your body to be relaxed, right? So let's just go ahead and you kind of grab your head and pull forward. You know, most people are flexible enough, they just push their chin down and that's about as far as it goes. And then you can do the opposite and go back. That's good for your finish, because you want to face the sky on your finish. You know, and then you can go to sideways. Just kind of get your neck stretched out this way. And you'll see a lot of people do stretches where they roll their head around. You shouldn't do that, because there's a lot of little nerves and things in your neck where you could actually hurt yourself if you do too much of this kind of round stuff. So I try not to do too much of that. And then the last thing, there's kind of this theory that if you rub the base of your neck, so you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of with my thumbs rubbing the base of my neck. And then you also kind of hit your lower back right here.
Yeah.
This is called RPR. Look it up, it's real. You hit the base of your back and you rub the base of your neck, and that wakes your body up to be ready to do athletic things.
With the lower back?
Yeah. Yeah, right here. Kind of right in the lower back. And then the base of the neck is just rubbing. It's kind of right at the base of your skull. And you'll feel it. Do you feel your whole body tingly when you rub below the bottom of your head?
Kinda.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll feel it's almost like adrenaline or something running through your body. Yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, now we can go grab the shot put and get going in the ring. So, one of the things that people are probably going to argue with me about is I do not believe in doing stand throws in the ring for warm-ups. I think you have to create a nice tight warm-up that's can be done quickly in the ring, and I'm just of the opinion that you should do about 4 full throws and that's it, because you're going to go to meets where they're going to give you very little time, and hopefully you make it to the Olympics or World Championships or something like that. You're going to get the least amount of time you can possibly imagine. So you watch people throw in the Olympics, they don't throw as far sometimes as they do at Worlds or other meets. One of the reasons is that the warm-ups are very, very minimal. So you might as well just right now get used to doing 2 to 4 fulls in the ring, and that's it. So we'll do 4. So what you want to do for stands is, if possible, depending on where you're at, go off to the side and do your stands just off to the side. So let's do that. Let's so grab the indoor shot, since we're pre-meeting for an indoor meet tomorrow. She's going to do 10 pushes into the ground, and what you're really trying to do here is push, slap, push, slap. Really get used to what that finish needs to feel like. Make sure you bend your hand back just like when we were stretching. So push, slap. Yeah, try to, let me see your hand. Try to do when you push. So it should be up here, and then push, and then slap.
Okay.
Yeah, bend the wrist. There it is. And make sure the ball's on your fingers. Up back, put the ball out more on your fingers. Yeah, they're perfect. There it is. Yep. In my opinion, it's probably 3 feet to 5 feet gets added to your throw if you can get a good flick on the ball, it's a big difference. Most throwers in junior high and high school are not flicking that ball off their fingers. They're basically just pushing the ball. And so automatic 3 to 5 feet if you can figure out how to fling it off your fingers. So, all right, so let's go do the stand throws. Let's go ahead and do two on reverse and 2 reverse. Use your right hip and drive around your left side. Good. Same thing, drive the hip, left arm, right hip, right arm. Good, make sure you fall to the right. So drive it all the way through. Go ahead and do a full reverse. Good, good. Make sure you're driving at the toe board, right? Or where the toe board would be. Driving with that right hip. All right, so since we're doing pre-meet, we'll do the 4 fulls in the ring, and then we'll do 6 throws just like we're doing the meet, which the meet's tomorrow. So ideally you'd want to be doing this around the same time that you'll be throwing the next day. So let's go ahead and we can go ahead and jump in the ring now. So we'll do 4 warm-up throws and go ahead and do real full warm-ups. So go ahead and do your reverse, but it's a warm-up, right? So you're gonna go slow, and then we're gonna gradually work up to going fast.
Get the ball! Oh, there it is. I got you.
Okay. Make sure you're driving up and through the finish. So normally on practice days, we might throw just like in rapid succession because we're just trying to get a lot of reps in. When you're doing pre-meet, you want to go ahead and have some rest in between each repetition, because that's what's going to happen on meet days. You're going to have a lot of time between reps. So go ahead and rest a little bit, and then we'll jump in and up throw number 2. So like I said, each successive throw, we're gonna go a little bit harder. Good. Yeah, just make sure you still got a little bit of this. Where you're breaking forward. Do the opposite on the finish. We're breaking backwards. Does that make sense? So break. Like if this is a hinge, you're breaking forward. You want to break backwards.
So did I get to this part? I go like this.
That's what you're doing. Yeah, you're doing this. You want to break back. All right, so let's walk out of the back on these next 2.
Okay.
Really should walk out the back on all of them, but. There you go. Now let's walk out the back. Good, good. You want to walk out the back even on warm-ups just because you want your body to be used to that. When you get into a meet, you're not thinking, you're just like on autopilot. I've had throwers break 50 feet for the first time and then they just walk out the front. So 40 feet for a girl, 50 foot for a guy, whatever it happens to be. And because in practice they're used to walking over the toe board, they'll just walk right over it. All right, so one more warm up. Walk out the back, and make this a decent throw, a decent effort.
Ooh, no.
Oop, that's all right. And go ahead and take the shot put off your neck when that happens. Put it in your left hand, and just kind of shake out your right hand. You notice how you just like left it up there the whole time?
Yeah.
What happens is your whole arm and shoulder and everything starts to get tired because you're holding it up there. So you're allowed to start over like you did in the meet, but it's a good idea. I would always carry the shot put in my left hand if I wasn't throwing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I want my right hand to be as relaxed and ready to be powerful, you know. So just something to think about. All right, so make this a nice last warm-up throw. Good, walk out the back. There we go. And on pre-meet, I'll put a cone. I put a cone out there for Mina at 40 feet.
That's 40?
And just because 40 feet is kind of a good target for her. But in the meet, there will be lines. They will know how far they're throwing. So I feel like pre-meet should be as much like that as possible. All right, so this will be throw one, and we're mimicking the competition, right? So you want to get a nice good throw, full throw, and go ahead and get after it. Throw as far as you can. Good, step out the back. So there we go. Throw number one to mimic what's happening tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna go into throw two now. Throw two of pre-meet, so we're gonna do 6 to mimic kind of a normal track meet. All right, walk out the back. Make sure you really drive it, really get after it. Yeah, you're getting to the finish and you're just kind of, you know, you need to really drive through the finish. Really, you know, yeah. Really drive up strong, drive that hip forward. Yeah, so one of the reasons we want to wait in between throws in the pre-meet is because you could go to meets. I mean, most meets you're going to wait at least a couple minutes between throws, but we've been to meets where they decide to have a flight of 24 or something, and you could end up with 15, 20 minutes between throws. So you really need to be ready for that. And also, in some ways, the bigger the meet gets, you get up to nationals, worlds, Olympics, everything's dependent on cameras and waiting for all these different things to happen. And so as a thrower, you can't let yourself get used to, oh, I'm always gonna have just like a minute between throws. Your brain has to be in a place where you're ready for anything kind of deal. So, okay, let's do throw number 3. So this is the last throw of the prelims for Mina to try to make it to finals. So it's good on pre-meet day to think that way. Like, I got to get a good throw right now so I make it to the finals. If I don't get a good throw right now, then I don't make it to the finals. So come on, drive through the finish, get after it. There you go, good. Good, walk out the back. Perfect. So she did a good job. On her third throw was her best throw. That's awesome. So I'll talk a little bit too. I'm a big fan in junior high and high school. Man, get in there on your first throw and throw it as far as you possibly can. Most junior high and high school athletes mentally will crumble if someone on their first throw throws a big PR, right? So I wouldn't say that for college and pros necessarily. College and pros are typically kind of climbing a ladder, if you will. But for junior high and high school athletes, my daughter won the state meet on her first throw in the discus because she hit such a big throw on the first throw that all these girls that were the best in Texas just crumbled on every single throw they took in the whole meet because they saw her big throw and they just in their brain said, well, I can't beat that. So yeah, throw far on your first throw. And definitely don't do stand throws on your first throw. That's just a wasted throw. We're here to throw far, not to do stand throws. So, all right, first throw of the finals. Get after it. Throw as far as you can. Walk out the back. you're a little flat on. You drove up and let the shot do this. Make sure, push it into your neck hard, push your head into the shot, and drive back, drive the hips through, and turn sideways to throw it out there. So that's all right. 2 more throws. I'll get a little more fired up tomorrow, yeah. All right, so throw number 5. So there again, just get after it. Nothing to lose at this point. You're in the finals. You got to throw farther and farther and farther. Not bad. Walk out the back. Yeah, really your main thing, you got to, like, your big change is going to come when you start really attacking the finish. Like right now you're still, you know, but
So
Jane,
it's mainly like when I get to this part.
yeah, you're kind of, and you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm just saying when you get to the finish, you're, you know, it's almost like you're kind of coiling in the wrong direction. Like, you know, if you think about a snake coiled up, right? If that snake's gonna bite you, man, it's gonna go and bite you, right? The snake doesn't go backwards, right? So yeah, when you're punching or you're throwing something, man, you gotta get into it and get behind it. Yeah, so it's a weird thing because it's like you're driving the hips forward, keeping the head back, and then the head snaps forward, and it really is like a bow and arrow. Right how that bow bends back and then it snaps forward. That's how throwing is. All right, so we'll do one last throw and then that'll be it. There is absolutely no reason to not go just crazy explosive on the last one. No holds barred, you know, go fast on the finish. The start can be slow, the middle can be slow, the finish has got to be crazy explosive. Better. Nice. That was good. Walk out the back. There you go. What do you think? You ready for tomorrow? Yes, you are ready for tomorrow. Get fired up.